start your engine!
Ladies and gentlemen, the starting grid as they have qualified for the AdventHealth 400 at Kansas. Last year, Young Money Kyle Larson beat the Prosper Punisher Chris Buescher to the finish by 1/1000th of a second in the closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Now, these two drivers find themselves making up the front row in dominant fashion, with Larson on the pole and Buescher starting second. Larson previously won here in the fall of 2021, while Buescher had 2 top 10s prior to that iconic photo finish. Row 2, the Panhandle prospect Christopher Bell won the pole for the last 3 races at this track, the first of that streak being the one where Tyler Chronicles of Reddick went to victory lane in the fall of 2023. Row 3, fresh from a win at Texas, it sliced with himself, 3-time fall winner Joey Logano, and Turbo Ty Gibbs was one of 4 drivers with flat left rear tires in practice. Nevertheless, he was the fastest during the session. In row 4, Daytona 500 champion William Red Byron was last fall's runner-up and third in this race 2 years ago, and 2-time top 10 finisher Dandy Daniel Suarez picks up his first top 10 start since Coda. Row 5, 2018 fall winner high-speed Chase Elliott is 4th in the standings despite his losing streak, and Ryan Inside Blaney, 4th last fall, came close to a win at Texas last week. Another driver who's in that same boat is in row 6, as Michael McDowell had a top 5 run go awry during the closing laps, and the Comet Spire Motorsports teammate Justin Haley has his best Kansas start. The 7th row belongs to Talladega winner Austin Cindric the Entertainer in his Buckeye Deuce, and 3-time Kansas champion Denny Hammer and Hamlin has finished in the top 10 in the last 7 races here. In row 8, it's the Toyotas of 2022 fall winner Hubba Bubba Wallace, and returning to the side of his Cup debut a decade ago, that Jones boy, 2-time top 3 finisher Eric Jones. Row 9, it's Jones's teammates John Hunter Nemechek back after both of them posted top 10 finishes last week, and insane Zane Smith was the only driver to have a right rear tire go down during practice. To row 10, Trojan Chase Briscoe goes for his first top 10 at this track, and the ace, Austin Dillon, was 6th in both races here 9 years ago. Row 11, Alex the Greatest Bowman has shown some race-winning speed here in the last couple years, and even led the most laps in the fall of 2022. Captain Carson Osavar won yesterday's truck race after a crazy last lap. It's an all-front row motorsports row 12 with the Todd father, Todd Gilliland, and Nacho Noah Gregson, who finished 9th last year. Row 13, it's rookie Riley Terrible Ups in the Treetop Toyota, and the Melonhead boss, defending fall winner Ross Chastain. Row 14, Ricky is in the Stenhouse Jr., finished 8th 2 years ago, and making his first Cup start of 2025 in the 4th 2311 entry is Corey Heim, who swept both truck races here last year. Row 15, Ty Dillon threw the first pitch in Atlanta to promote the MLB Speedway Classic at Bristol, and Priest Lightning, Ryan Priest, had a savage crash here 5 years ago. In row 16, Stone Cold Custer finished 7th in his first start here in that same event, and Jesse Love has added 2 additional starts to his Cup Series schedule. Row 17, Dangerous AJ Allmendinger finished 8th in both races here in 2016, and the Street Slayer Shane Van Gisbergen has my endorsement for the NASCAR All-Star Race fan vote. All the way back in row 18 are a pair of 2-time Kansas winners and the stars of the new Back to the Future homage for Homestead 2026. Rowdy Kyle Busch scuffed the wall in turn 4 during his qualifying lap, and Brad the Big Keselowski looks to end his recent string of bad luck. And in row 19, you better beware, cause Cody Ware got a piece of the turn 4 wall himself during his timed lap, and a tough break for Josh Wildberry, who hit that same spot even harder as one of the next cars to qualify, and they will both take the final starting spots as a result. And ladies and gentlemen, there's your field for the AdventHealth 400 at Kansas.